like whatever the margin is. And on, I guess, half their shots, they score. And so that's obviously, in a way, it's the nature of the game. But I'm sort of excited about the way we're playing. And at halftime, there were very few corrections for us to make. Because honestly, obviously, we'll look at this, but we're speculating that on their goal, we were fouled. But we'll have to look. Because obviously, I can't testify to that until I sort of look at the video. So in a way, it's the sort of the nature of the game that makes it unfair. Because we were clearly the better team and just couldn't seem to generate enough goals to allow us to win it.
That was a midfield foul before the goal, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. I think it was in that area, the attacking third, but I'll have to look at it. From chatting with my wife, I think we taped the game, so obviously what I always do after we've played a game, much to my wife's chagrin, is I watch it again, so I'll be thinking of it. But it doesn't matter, what that element was. We played a really high level of the game, and I'm just sorry that the result didn't reflect it.
So you're happy with how y'all played tonight?
Yeah, except for, finishing, and except for, when they created their chance and finished it. And obviously, it's hard for me to speculate right now about what's going on, but I'll have to look and see the collection of errors that resulted in their goal, but also the collection of errors that prevented us from scoring some goals, because we had some clear opportunities that we didn't finish.
Is it frustration kind of building 3 straight 1-1s?
Yes and no. I mean, here we are with 2 games left, and we're undefeated. How bad could that be? So no, I'm not, giving up hope. I think this team's a nice team, and despite some of the injuries, even the one we lost against Wade, we did some very good things tonight. So I've got a certain level of optimism, and hopefully we can finish out well and do well in the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament.
So you're not too worried about the positioning in the ACC standings affecting having to play one more game?
No, because we got a nice team. I have no issue with that.
No, 4-3-3 today?
What's that?
4-3-3 alignment today?
Yeah, we started in a 4-3-3, and then the reserves played basically a 3-2-3-2. So, and honestly, I liked the look of our starting lineup in the 4-3-3. That was a very good look.
But there was confrontations and everything, and Sam kind of tried to retaliate.
Yeah, this team apparently loves drama. So if they can, create some drama, we do, and all of a sudden everyone's flying off the handle. So, maybe that's the way they enjoy playing. It drives me nuts. I used to really enjoy it when someone would kick the absolute shit out of me. And I walk up to them and I'd say something like, "Is your foot okay? Because I don't want you to injure yourself kicking me." In other words, I would never let anyone allow me to boil over. And yet, things in this game, we seem to be too excited and ridiculously excited, in my opinion.
But you feel like you get a favorable schedule in the last 2 games there, so you still could get one of those balls in the tournament.
Well, I haven't even looked at it yet. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the substitution at 2/3 through the first half.
Right.
You saw me out nearly everybody except Savvy and Emmy. What was the reasoning behind that?
We've got a lot of talented kids, and we want to look at them. Our tradition has always been to play a deep roster, and we've got the talent to play a deep roster. So we believe in recruiting kids and then playing them. A lot of other coaches recruit kids and then don't play them. We've never had that as a philosophy. And as a result, our team is pretty consistent every year, and so many other teams are not. So I'm proud of our consistency, and one reason that we're consistent is because we play a deep roster. And it allows us to press. Most teams don't press like we do. And I think our press is a part of the reason for our success. And so there are a combination of factors. One is we do have a very aggressive press, and it's almost impossible to press with the intensity that we do and have a kid in our pressing system play 90 minutes, with the exception of our backs when we do play for extended minutes. So that's our issue.
Yeah, and what was the reason behind Festa starting tonight rather than Emerson?
because she was Emerson was on a 30-minute restriction, and in the first half there's no re-entry. So in other words, if we start Tessa, if we start Emerson and we play her 30 minutes or whatever, and Tessa goes in and then Tessa gets injured, we don't have an alternative. So we decided to play Tessa as long as she could, and honestly Tessa did very, very well during that block. And that actually gave Emerson an opportunity to rest a bit because she's coming off injury, which was another decision for us not to play her. Because they're both quality players, but we didn't want to put Emerson in any sort of jeopardy. So Tessa was playing wonderfully, and so we rode Tessa and then played Emerson just the last 15 minutes.
What's Emerson dealing with?
What's that?
What's Emerson dealing with?
It's some sort of foot issue. It's not catastrophic, but it's something that we want to try to protect.
The first time the sisters have started together this
Oh,
year.
was it?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I was not aware of that.
Update on Evelyn.
Yeah, she's done for the year. Yeah.
And then I noticed at the end of the game, you had Macy up at the front line on offense, but on defense she was playing in her usual spot. What was the reason behind that? Were you just trying to get some height in the box?
Yeah, we were just trying to throw balls in there and hope that our good headers could attack it well. But I give full credit to Gattino, the Notre Dame center back, because she's absolutely magnificent. And I'm very excited about that name because her younger sister joins us next year. So I have a lot of respect for Gattino. I voted for her in every conceivable way last year. And after the game, I told her the same thing. I'm going to vote for her again. She was magnificent back there.
And then when y'all play Syracuse on Sunday, what do y'all need to do? What are you going to practice to avoid a 1-1 tie?
Well, we're not going to have a lot of time to train. We're going to sort of let them recover tomorrow. And then we're going to have a classic pregame practice. Because one thing I was happy with is we're starting to score on set pieces. And that's encouraging because we've got, I think, a good set piece team. And so for me, maybe we'll do a little work on set pieces and then set them free. So we don't have, anything catastrophic because we actually played very well. And so we shared that with them. We did some very good things. And so we're not, upset in any way. We just think there are a lot of ways for you to be frustrated. And sometimes your opponent frustrates you and sometimes the game does. And I think today it was basically the game. It's a very difficult game to master, very difficult to score goals, and then ironically very easy to score goals. I mean, how can you outshoot a team by the margin that we outshot them with and have an equal number of goals? So that's the bizarre dichotomy of our sport.
Thanks, Anson.
Okay, and we decided